Put yourself in this situation. You have always loved the arts. Music, visual arts, theater, and especially dance have always been important to you. They provide an outlet for the stresses of middle school. Then, it is announced that all of your music classes are canceled. Your math and reading periods have gotten longer. There is no more band or chorus. Why, you ask? Your school chose to eliminate classes in the arts because funding was cut. Money remained only for the classes tested under No Child Left Behind Act. As a result, only these tested subjects are being instructed. Your principal may offer an after-school music program, but they are usually limited in time and funding. Is this the school's fault, or were they forced to make cuts in the arts? The general term the arts includes music, theater, dance, and visual art. The teaching of the arts goes back to ancient Greece around 400 BC. In the Renaissance period, art and music became very popular and the teaching of the arts increased. Once education became a standard for all, the instruction of the arts rose and fell according to the time period. However, Dr. Ernest Boyer from the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching recounts, during our visits to schools, we found the arts to be shamefully neglected. Courses in the arts were the last to come and the first to go. The fact is that too few Americans are given the opportunity to participate in the arts. Some people think that the arts classes in schools are not as serious as other classes. Teachers who think this way sometimes pull students out of their music or theater classes for remedial help in classes such as math, science, or reading. Occasionally, some teachers and principals bribe these students with arts classes, saying that if students work hard in their other classes, then they may return to their fun class. This may motivate the students at the time, but if you look closer, you can see that these teachers are saying that the arts do not deserve the same respect as traditional classes, and that students do not need a sense of responsibility, aptitude, ability, or effort in the arts. Supporting the arts in schools requires a lot of money. For most public schools, the government-supported budget is often very limited. They can only afford the necessities, and they sometimes have to make cuts to their staff and curriculum as well. Especially in these tough economic times, the arts are usually the first to go. This can be beneficial to some schools. For example, imagine a school was spending a large amount of money on a music course. If the school then cut that course, they would get that money back for other, more important programs. Also, the many studies done between the correlation in the arts and mental capability are shown to be inconclusive, states the United States Government Accountability Office. Some small positive relationships were found, however, but they were very minimal. Other meta-analyses, or summaries of the statistics from a collection of studies, showed no beneficial results from arts education whatsoever. Most public schools do whatever they must to meet national testing standards. In order to do this, they must provide adequate instruction time for the two core subjects listed under NCLB, math and reading. Sometimes instruction in the arts takes away from these classes. The school board may be forced to make the decision to cut art classes in order to even make the education standards. National testing has almost completely stunted the growth of arts across the nation. Many parents feel that the study of fine and performing arts is a nice thing for their children to do, a kind of finishing touch to a good liberal arts education. However, they feel that what prepares them for the real world of college and the workplace is the study of traditional liberal arts disciplines such as math or science, says Christina Perrin, president of the Network of Schools of Visual and Performing Arts in Washington, D.C. Many school boards are not critical of the arts in education. They are just trying to survive. The truth of the matter is that many of the nation's school districts simply cannot afford arts education. However, supporters of arts education say the U.S. schools must find a way to keep the arts alive. Benefits of the arts seem endless. They build teamwork and leadership skills, relieve stress, and create a well-rounded student. Teaching arts education builds self-esteem through creativity. The arts teach the value of hard work and practice, induce better comprehension, and improve cognitive ability. Another important aspect of the arts in education is its nonviolence. Kids in urban cities could then join the band instead of a gang. The arts give some kids a reason to go to school. Some say that it even helps them in their mathematical capabilities. Teresa, a music student in Columbia, South Carolina, says, "It helps you especially in math. It seems like when I started playing the trumpet, my math grades went up to A's." Some studies state that music can actually directly affect the brain, contrary to what the Government Accountability Office says. One study included in this proved that children who received music education scored up to 100 points higher on their SATs compared with those who did not. Another showed that second graders who actively learned and created music for a while could then perform 6th grade level math. In addition to the immediate effects, the arts can also impact your learning for life. Having thoroughly reviewed the evidence, my belief still stands that the arts are a critical part of education. They are an immense source of academic, emotional, and social potential that people often neglect and ignore. It has been shown that the arts can significantly impact the development and learning of the young brain. All students need to have at least as much, if not more, opportunities involving the arts than they do in math or science. Also, the arts should not be cut from the curriculum under any circumstances. When faced with a budget crisis, schools should cut a small percentage of the finances for each class. The government should distribute their money not according to what is important to pass a test as they do now, but by mandating equal proportions of funding for each core academic subject. You have seen the results. Wouldn't you want the arts in your education? Thank you.